Morning everyone, day 45. It's July 18th and it's Monday. Weather's supposed to be pretty bad today. I think today and tomorrow the heat wave everyone's been talking about is supposed to hit, and I'm kind of nervous for it, but I have a lot of water with me all the time, so should be fine, especially since I'm used to like 40-degree weather, not working in it, but so hopefully today is not so bad. Hopefully we get through today okay, and the other drivers as well. Let's hope. We'll see how it is today. I'll let you guys know later. Alright, I'm ready to go. Vans loaded. 11 bags, supposed to be 12, but there was this one bag that had literally one parcel in it. That's the parcel right there. And oversized, arranged according to which order they're gonna be on the route. 149 stops. $147 stops, so 11 bags, 22 overflow, and a million parcels. Doesn't say. Oh, there it is, 240 parcels. So this is a well-deserved easy route. It's my 5th day consecutive, so let's go. First drop. I'm in Pulboro, by the way. That's why I seemed so excited a while ago. Please leave parcels in the porch. You bet. Whew! I'm done. I finished exactly 6 o'clock. The locker that you guys saw was actually my last stop. I intentionally left it for my last stop because there was a shop. Like the locker's in a petrol station, right? And there's a shop. I meant to buy like a drink or something just to help me kind of cool down, but it was too expensive. Like, for those of you in the UK, Lucozade was selling for £1.89. That goes for £1 in convenience stores, and even less if you get it from the supermarkets. I just really couldn't bring myself to buy it. It didn't make sense. So anyway, I think it's a perfect time to answer one of the questions in the comments. How do I work so fast? To start off, I actually don't, but I guess some tips that I can give you guys on how to work faster, let's start off with the things that you can actually do immediately, like things that you can control. Tip number one is park as close to your stop as possible. If you're comfortable with parking like in the middle of the road, where you know how like most residential areas, the roads, it's not like there's heavy traffic on them, right? So you can park in the middle, but you always risk a car pulling up behind you and, you know, inconveniencing them for a couple of seconds, really. But if you're comfortable with that, then go ahead. I know people do that. I'm just not that comfortable with doing it. That's why I don't do it as much. I mean, walking a few meters doesn't really matter to me. So I mean, I park as close as possible, unless it's really too far. Then I'm sure the car behind me would understand. But anyway, that's tip number one. Park as close to your spot as possible. Tip number two is always look ahead so that you don't miss your stop. Count house numbers. Make sure you don't miss your stop, because obviously it's hard if you have to go back for a single stop. Tip number three, if you have the patience for it, mess around with the app. The app is bad. Like today and yesterday, I noticed that I go down and back a road like 5 times. I'm not even exaggerating. Down and back a road, several roads 5 times, only to find out later on in the route that, oh, I'm actually making deliveries here. So if I had already stopped when I first passed, then I wouldn't have to come back there. Basically, the thought is try and work in a straight line. You know what I mean? Like, do one single loop, like not having to go back and forth everywhere. So make a circle out of your route, not a star, if that makes sense. Tip number 4, be aware of like your surroundings. I mean, as soon as I get off the van, what I like to do is look for a safe place to put the parcel. So behind the plant box, on inside the front porch. If it fits in a letterbox, put it in the letterbox. So tip number 5 is related to tip number 4. With regard to safe places, always have a few "we missed you" cards in your pocket and a pen in the other. Sometimes I even write ahead of time. Behind the wheelie bin is a common place to leave parcels, so you can just pre-write on the cards behind the wheelie bin. One of the really big things that will help you is really familiarity with the route, and just, you know, repeating the job. Because like I said, that's why I like this route, because number one, stops are easy. I mean, it's not a busy place. This Pulborough route is not a busy place, so it's easier to do the stops. Second is that I already know it well. The more familiar you are with the route and a lot of the addresses, like probably 80% of the addresses you will deliver to, probably even 90% of the addresses you deliver to will be the same. So the more you work, the more you learn the different routes, and the easier it'll be next time around. That's basically it. Yeah, 20 stops an hour is decent at the very least. If you can do more, then good. So like today, I had 149, let's say 150 stops. At 20 stops an hour, that is 7.5 hours. but I completed it in 7 hours. A little less than 7 hours because I started a bit past 11, finished exactly at 6. So you know, I'm just doing slightly above 20 stops an hour. Like I said, some hours I'll go faster, some hours will be slower, just because stops are more spread apart or harder to access or busier area, things like that. So yeah, that's day 45, and those are my tips to help you work faster, more efficient. Let me know if it helps. Let me know how you guys do it. If you have tips, share them as well in the comments. Of course, give the video a like for finishing early, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I will see you guys tomorrow, last day of my week.